Just need new windows. I mean, if it rains, it's a bit of a pain in the ass now. And it doesn't look good either. I feel like I've turned into a Gordon Ramsay, because he does this a lot. Have you noticed?
Tonight I'm going back to the floor to learn how to cook good tandoori food.
My name's George Hadwell, and I am a landscaper and entrepreneur. Today we are revisiting the second project that we started for about 2 weeks ago. We've actually come quite a long way. We've built a wall, we've started to level off the area, we've got all of our heights dialed in, so now it's just about basically doing the final finishing touches before the asphalt arrives. So let's go have a look. Not enough. Not enough. I'm not a paperwork guy at all, but I also love running a company, and if I worked on these projects, I wouldn't have the capacity to actually run the company and run the projects. So I step back and rely on good workers to execute the work for me. Well, that's a big difference. There's your levels, give or take. As you can see, the key here is to have the top stones on the same level, and it really is like playing with Lego. You turn a stone round multiple times to make it work, and the idea is to get the grout lines, if you want to call them that, to match up. This was a real nice stone to get in, because even though this line here is not matching up here, it sits perfectly, and then here this bit bows down there, which matches this line here. But we had to use the stones that are on site. So if you look over here, you're basically just picking through what you got. All of that lot over here was a pile over here.
It is like an adult game of Tetris, isn't it?
That's it, not Lego, Tetris. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And you need to be able to see the space, and you need to be able to see the stone and see the same angle, same space. That's how you save time, because you can go over there, start looking for the stone that you need for the space.
It also must be quite tedious if they're quite heavy, you have to turn them over all the time.
Oh yeah, good workout though. It's, yeah, it was. Do you know what, stick one there, it's fine. So what we've done is we're going to use the steps here to make a divide between effectively the old wall, which kind of matches quite nicely with the ground rock here, and then we'll start the new wall on the other side. So we've used the steps as a way to break and define between the old and the new. It's just like those little tricks I think are really important, because sometimes if you try to have something old combined with the new, that connection can be really not very good. That's why when they build houses, if they're going to do an extension maybe on a really old house, it actually looks better if they do like a completely modern extension, because you create this contrast and you can see the difference, rather than trying to make it look the same but not quite the same. Then it looks worse. And it's a little bit like that here as well. Marius has just put a drain in front of the garage here, because what's very, very important here is that we want to divide the areas up with where the water goes. So if we have a very heavy downpour, the last thing you want to avoid is sending all the water down the street and down to the next door neighbour at the end of the road. So for example, from the side of the garage, we're going to push the water out over the edge there, because then that way it can just gradually soak away. This area here, we're going to push and it'll be split, and we'll get a little bit over there, although that's a bit high, but we'll get a little bit over there, and then the rest will go down there. So we've effectively divided the area up into 3 areas for managing the water, and we put the drain in front of the garage there just because the area over here is higher than the height of the garage, and the last thing we want is water inside the garage. So that's why that's like that. If you're wondering, this is not going to stay like this. The only reason why we haven't cut it down is, one, it's obvious. It's better to have it really obvious, especially with the digger. And 2, that can be cut when the asphalt's laid, so then we get it nice and flush and we don't go too short. He told me that he was going to move those bags of stones, and I know that they weighed 1.7 tons, and even the company that delivered them, they had the wrong crane to collect, and so they had to send him back and bring a new crane. So I knew they were heavy, and I know that when I've built walls with that digger and we've had the blocks, the granite blocks, they're about 500 kilos, but we could do the 50-50, I think 750 kilos a block, and you can feel yourself tipping. He's lifting 1.7. I didn't know it could do that. So he's proven me wrong. It's insane. I think that's pretty much everything for this job, to be fair. Yeah. Just need new windows. I mean, if it rains, it's a bit of a pain in the ass now. And it doesn't look good either. I like it.
Must be driving your OCD crazy.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I hate it. Thank you so much for following us this far. Super excited to see where we go, as always. And super optimistic as well, because so far so good. Please like the videos, please subscribe, and feel free to start dropping comments in the descriptions below, because it'd be kind of cool to see what you guys think and engage with us. I hope you guys have a good week, and we'll see you next week, and just make sure you go out there and you get it.